Hello and welcome back to another part in this series where we're testing and hopefully improving a trading strategy. Hopefully at the end of the series you'll see how I test things and how I optimize things and introduce different ideas to make them a better mechanical trading strategy. We're looking at a strategy on dollar yen at the moment. It's a breakout strategy. It's a day trading strategy, so it lasts less than 24 hours. Last time we went over the rules of the strategy, we looked at those on the whiteboard, and then we started the optimizations. We looked at what sort of time window was best for this strategy to trade, and we looked quickly at a stop loss. In the forward tests that we're going to look at in the process, next we're going to look at days of the week. So is there a particular day where the performance is really bad for this strategy? I've got a slight feeling about this one, but nonetheless we're going to test it anyway and see how that works out. Then we're going to go on and look at the actual duration of the trade. Up until now we've got like an hour time window. We're going to see if increasing that slightly, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, increasing that slightly, see what that does to the results, see if we can make something better there. And then we're probably going to perhaps look at the stop loss again, and even thinking about introducing another filter and just to see what happened the day before we take the trades. And I've got a feeling that I've said before I've done a lot of testing on, especially on intraday strategies on dollar yen, and introduce some sort of a filter, see what happened the day before, whether we have a white or a black candle, see if that makes any difference. It'd be quite interesting. But for now, we've already got quite a decent equity curve already, but hopefully end these optimizations. Probably not going to be the last video, but hopefully we'll have something even better. So for now, we'll go over to the computer and you can have a look and we'll carry on from where we left off. If you haven't seen the first video, I will link that down below. You might want to go and see that first, just so you know what the rules are and you know where we're up to so far. Now we've got a beginning time to start the trade and we've looked for a stop loss. The next thing to do, as I mentioned, is look for a day where we might not take any trades. So we can run an optimization on that and we'll have a look, see if there is a particular day of the week where it'd be beneficial not to trade. And here's the optimization results. So trading from days from 0 through to 5, that's Sunday through to Friday. And don't forget we're trading at 21:30 exchange time, so the exchange is open at 21:30 on a Sunday, and although it's not open 21:30 on a Friday, so if you see that number 5 has the most trades, because that's literally doing no filters whatsoever, it's trading every day. From the remaining 5 days, we can see quite clearly net profit and even average trade, 5.5 million and 6,500 yen average trade. It's much more beneficial if we don't trade on day 0, which is Sunday. So let's have a look at the performance report and the equity graph if we don't trade on a Sunday. And the equity graph looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Looks a little bit smoother. Total trade analysis, got 842 trades and an average trade of 6,500 yen, or 6.5 pips average trade. So can we take this any further? Can we improve it even more? Yeah, I think we can. So I've got another few optimizations lined up. I think the next one we'll look at is the window, the time window where we're allowed to trade. If you remember, at the moment we're starting trading at 21:30 and we're trading for an hour, so between 21:30 and 22:30. If the high or the low of the session so far is broken, then we get into the trade. What about if we increase that time window from an hour to 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours? I'm not going to increase it too much, but that's something we can certainly look at. Let's check that out. And here's the results of that. So we've got session duration, 100, that's actually 1 hour. That's what we had initially. That's what we've been working with. You'll see the same 5.5 million net profit, 6,500 average trade. But is there a better solution? Yeah, I think so. I think especially 200, it's a slightly better average trade. It's definitely more. 300, even more. So we're getting more trades now, but the average trade has slightly dipped off. I don't really want to take this too far from the original idea, which was that hour window. So I am willing to try 200, even try an hour and a half. But for now, let's try 200 and see how that affects the result. And that's the equity curve. Now that's looking better. It's looking better recently, isn't it? We're making new highs more recently than we were before. We've got more trades because we've got a wider time window for the trade to occur, so more trades are occurring. The average trade has gone up ever so slightly, so that's good. And I think if we remember from the optimization report, the net profit has gone up as well, to about 7.6 million now. So that's really pleasing. I think we'll stick with that for now. And the next thing I want to try, now this is through experience really of day trading strategies, especially with dollar yen. I want to try adding an additional filter into the setup. And what I want to look at, I'm going to keep it very simple, and I want to know what happens if we're looking at long trades. What happens if the day before we had a bit of strength, we had like a green candle or a white candle, so the close was higher than the open. That's obviously a bit strong. Will this continuation of the trend be better? And the opposite on the short trades. What happens if the day before we take the short trade, we've got a black candle or a red candle? Let's see what happens there. So straight away we've got a nicer curve. I think we've got a nicer curve. We've got a bit of a flat or even a slight drawdown period here, but overall it's looking more uniform and certainly stronger recently. We look at the summary. We've dropped some net profit, but we're going to be dropping net profit because we filtered trades. We've got less trades now. In the total trade analysis, we see we've got less trades. We've only got 569. But look at the average trade. That's up to 8,900 now, rather than 6,700. So that's looking much more healthy. I think the next thing we should do is just have a look back at the stop loss again, just to make sure that initial 1.5 or 150 pip stop loss is still valid now we've made some alterations. And here's the optimization report from the optimizing the stop loss again with the new alterations that we've got. And we can see that probably the best 1.9 and above, it doesn't really change. That's actually the best. Anything above that. What we had before, we were using 1.5. So, in fact, if you look, I think we've got an average trade of 8,945 compared to just over 9,000. Really doesn't make too much difference, does it? We've got a slightly less intraday drawdown with a 1.5. I'm going to stick to a 1.5. I don't think there's any need in being too fussy with this. It's still very healthy, 8,900. Let's just stick with 1.5. And for now, we're just closed with looking back at that equity curve. That's looking pretty good. So for now, that's it for this part of the video. Next time, I've got a couple more optimizations possibly to do, and then we're going to move on to the next stage and look at some out of sample data and see how this strategy would have continued to perform on the out of sample data.